Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Master Duel. I was deathly sick for about 5 days, which is the longest that I've been sick for quite a while now. And well, I'm finally fully recovered and I am recording just in time for Lacrima to make an impact with all of the Fiendsmith decks that are currently running around in Master Duel. She is an insane card, that much I can say, and she has quite the chokehold on me, as you will probably see throughout this video as I am editing it. You're gonna see why this woman has quite the chokehold on me. To explain why Lacrima is, well, in this particular deck, I was gonna make a YuGiOh video today, but there was something about Lacrima that I just wanted to make try. And I did hear Joshua Smith that he did try to make a pure Fiendsmith deck. And now that Lacrima is here in Master Duel, it has finally come true. And people have colloquially called it Fiendsmith, after the man himself. It works. I mean, his particular build works, and this build that you see in front of you is a lot closer to his first build, but I have swapped a couple of cards in and out, reducing the bestial package to just basically the two best ones, which is Magnamut and Druid's Worm, and then of course Dominus Purge. This doesn't exactly hit a lot of the creatures that are in this deck anyway, except for the Bestials and of course a bunch of the other extra deck monsters. You're better off running Dominus Purge than anything else. And for my YuGiOh Fiendsmith deck, you only need one of this. You only need one of Lacrima, because what she does is, and I kid you not, her purpose in the deck is to send Fiendsmith in Paradise to the graveyard, so that on your opponent's turn, you can send Desiree to the graveyard and trigger his effect, so that you can just send a card your opponent controls to the graveyard. That's it. That is literally the only reason why you run only one Lacrima in that deck, because you have so many ways to bin monsters into the graveyard anyway, and of course ways to fetch it out using, of course, the coffin that Agnum Day carries around. Or is it Agnes? No, Agnum Day is the Link 3. I forgot about that. Agnes Day is the guy. You only need one of her because, again, because of Agnes's ability to shuffle stuff back into the deck anyway. She gets recycled very, very easily. And note that her graveyard effect doesn't banish her like what monsters would normally do when they have a graveyard effect. They would banish themselves. But Lacrima shuffles herself back into the deck. That's why most builds that splash the Fiendsmith package only run like, well, at least in the paper game, you would run 3 Engraver and 1 Lacrima. Though that ratio is usually more than enough, and 1 or 2 of Fiendsmith's Tract, if even at all. And yeah, that's usually more than enough. And of course, the 1 Fiendsmith's Paradise, so that you can send the Desiree to act as removal. But other than that, yeah, that's literally the only reason why YuGiOh Fiendsmith has Lacrima in the deck. You send Lacrima, or rather you normal or special Lacrima to send Fiendsmith in Paradise, and then on your opponent's turn, you activate Fiendsmith in Paradise to send Desiree, and then you do your thing from there. But we will not be playing on the rank ladder today. No. There is an event that's going on right now, and it's arguably the second most fun event that Konami has put out so far. The NR event will always be special in a lot of people's hearts, but Dice Rally, I don't know the sentiment surrounding it, but I'm pretty sure it will be positive as well. And of course, some people run into some absolute bullshittery, but things are pretty balanced in the Dice Rally event, and you're gonna see why in a bit. And yeah, again, we will not be rocking this specific build because, of course, it's an event. There will be a specifically curated ban list for that event, and we're gonna jump into it right now. So this is my specific build for Fiendsmith here on the Dice Rally event, and as you can see, plenty more monsters. A lot of monsters. And one thing that's common between both variants here in the event and of course in the actual rank ladder, there are a lot, and I mean a lot of hand traps. It's just oops, all hand traps the deck. And of course, this is probably the only deck where you will see rock like 6 different variations of DD Crow. It's insane at how many versions of DD Crow there are in this deck. Good God. Of course, again, the best ones are Druis Worm and Magnamut, and thank the gods that Magnamut is limited to one because Bestials are gonna be far too consistent if this were more than one. But otherwise, yeah, it's all hand traps, and of course, I had to adjust the extra deck in order to accommodate for the fact that not a lot of stuff is allowed in this event, and you're gonna be slim pickings for what you're gonna run. The budget option that I have here is Goblin's Crazy Beast. It's very easy to get level 6s onto this board anyway, thanks to, well, the plethora of bestials that you have, which are coincidentally all level 6s. I have had a game where I summoned all, at least 3 of the bestials, yeah, Savaranier, Druisworm, and Boldrake, or Bullsack, as I prefer to call him. Combine them all into Crazy Beast, and I just realized that he's quite a chubby one. Good God. What has he been eating? Jesus. It acts as spell trap removal by not destroying it, but by attaching it to itself. And yeah, that's all that Crazy Beast does. And of course, the other one, which I would argue is still the sexiest Yu-Gi-Oh monster that we have in the game, Dragulas, the Vampiric Dragon. It's a quick effect Book of Moon, but only works on extra deck monsters. So a bit too situational, but he's here in the deck because he's hot. So yeah, this will be the deck that will be rocking. And of course, it has Agnum Day, which is the Link 3 that can actually potentially revive Desiree. Because Desiree doesn't need to be fusion summoned exactly, because it doesn't say that he must be fusion summoned. So you can just use Agnum Day here to revive him out of the graveyard. And then, of course, Lacrima has a graveyard effect where you can target a Fiendsmith Link monster in the graveyard so you can summon it. And hey, if you use Agnum Day to link away to some other monster, then it's a resource loop that is pretty goddamn annoying to beat. It's not unbeatable, but it's very annoying to get around. So we're gonna rock it in this event, and I will actually show you guys the pre-match stuff that this event has, and it's very, very fun. So we're here on the board, and we're actually gonna start here, and good God, I might not even do too many cuts here. So we're on that space of the board, and I already forgot what was on it, and we're just gonna allow it to load. Good God. And this is also like a neat little thing that they did for just as a QOL, where it shows all of the titles that you have accumulated over time. I am not quite sure if you can even limit the amount of titles that you can have displayed as you're in the essentially waiting room here. But yeah, here we go. I haven't done this in a while, and I might actually keep this video uncut so that you can just see the transition between the board and the actual gameplay here. And I don't quite remember what benefits and or stuff that we had here, but we're just gonna play normally then if there's nothing else. And there's a pretty weak hand, unfortunately, so we're just gonna normal summon Lacrima, and there's a reason she's a 3F in this deck, so there is that. Because she is the only normal summon that you need for this deck in particular. So let's see if my opponent reacts. They're probably reading the card because they probably have not faced off against this card enough. But there really is only one target to send, and it is the Paradise. Unfortunately, if you're going to do it like that, well, opponent. Oh, good God. So we're going to be in for a rough time if they're going to Ghost Ogre that, like, immediately. So we're gonna send, now that I think about it, we can actually just send Engraver and then put him on the field and then summon another Lacrima out of the deck. So we're not totally dead here. Good God. Oh my God. So we used Druis Worm. We're gonna banish the Ghost Ogre because it's a light, and these oversized DD Crows only banish darks and lights, but they're the most plentiful type in the game, so it's not a loss for us. And yeah, we can still combo off here in spite of everything. So we're gonna use Agnes Day. We're gonna shuffle Lacrima back into the deck, and we're gonna summon him out, and then we're gonna go straight into the we could actually go straight into the sequence right away, but I think I'm gonna get the coffin out first so we can get even more bodies into rotation here. So we do this. And then, I mean, we do have an Ibiru, just in case, so I'm not too worried about what's gonna happen here. And it also gives us the requisite number of bodies needed in order to fuse Desiree, so that is definitely a nice thing. So now we have those two, and we could equip Requiem onto Lacrima here, but it's a wasted step anyway, so I'm just gonna go straight into a sequence. And now that I think about it, I probably should have just saved Druid's Worm for my opponent's turn, and then if they send that, I can use Druid's Worm's effect to do its thing anyway, but I've already committed, so might as well. So we're gonna use sequence here, then we're gonna get Desiree because my opponent is very scary, and they started with Ghost Ogre and who knows what other hand traps that they have in hand, and we're gonna put him on the rightmost side here, just in case they have any board switching shenanigans, from what I've been taught. Always set your most important monster, especially if it's the only monster that your deck is usually built around. Set it to the rightmost side because you never know when switching shenanigans are gonna happen. Might as well be careful, especially on a best of one format like here on Master Duel. And okay, so we have two negates with Desiree, we have a board clear with Nibiru, and a DD Crow with Saronir. Again, I probably should have used Saronir to link away that stuff instead, but my opponent is playing a Winged Dragon of Ra. Because, I mean, what other deck plays this card? So we're gonna see what my opponent is gonna do to try and kill me, hopefully. They are taking their sweet-ass time, so they may run into a bit of trouble. Because this is two simultaneous negates. You can't pick and choose. And, okay, Guardian Slime, that is to be expected. And I believe this has other stuff. Ooh! Opponent is using Earth's Arctics, and do the counters go away? Placing 7 counters on it. Okay, once per turn during the end phase. Okay. I think I'm gonna want to negate that, and then I believe also this during the main phase. Send a card. Blah 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 blah. I think I'm gonna want to negate these two in particular because these two seem like engines that will help support whatever stuff that they have in hand. So we're gonna negate that, and we're gonna negate this. And then, let's just hope and pray that Saronir and Nibiru are gonna be enough to deal with whatever bullshit my opponent could potentially have. So, okay, Megatanas. I am not gonna read any of the Arctics at all. They are a pretty bad archetype, sadly. Even with the support that they have been given, it is sadly not enough, and that is as good a target as any to get rid of. Oh, it's not a light, it's a water. Oh, okay then. I guess we just have a blocker now. Then again, I won't be getting back that out of the graveyard anyway, so yeah, I think it's fine. So Guardian Slime, what's it gonna do? If I hover over it, I believe it's gonna tell us here. No, not Saturday. Send from the hand or field to the graveyard, add a spell trap that lists Winged Dragon of Ra. Okay, cool. We did negate the True Sun God, and we also negated the Arctic Radiation. So my opponent's gonna have to work just a little harder to try and OTK me here. Or they could just lean into the Arctics, because if there's one thing I do know about the Arctics, they have pretty big numbers. And we're gonna see if they are going to be able to establish those big numbers and try to overcome me, or they walk straight into Nibiru and they're gonna cry like very, very loudly. So we're gonna find out soon enough. And Ancient Chant, okay, that's to be expected. What little I know of the Winged Dragon of Ra deck, this is one of the linchpins of the deck, and oh, okay then. They don't have anything else. Is it because I negated the True Sun God? That is, okay, that is unexpected. I probably should not have done that, but deck thinning is deck thinning. And I have enough copies of the other ones anyway, so sending a ball sack to the graveyard is fine and dandy and all. So we're gonna be fine here. Yep, I think my opponent saw, or at least they got stalled pretty hard because I negated their two continuous spells that are in the graveyard. So we're gonna summon this, and just for a little bit of damage, and we're gonna see if we snowball this all the way to the end. And this seems like a waste, but Raigekiing his board away so that I can just push damage is likely the best thing I can do right now. and then hope and pray that this will lead me somewhere. And I will definitely have to negate my opponent's shenanigans. Why can't this guy attack? Is it because something is stopping me from attacking, or can they not attack? Banish it. I don't know what's stopping me from attacking, but hey, if I can't attack, then so be it. I believe, is this the one that's stopping me? Oh, okay. Monsters except rock cannot attack to turn their special summon. Okay, there it is. I guess I know now. So, there's that. At least this is 2500, so it's not going to be easy for my opponent to get over it. Sure, target under taking in the graveyard, shuffle it back into the deck. I think that's fine. I think I'm just gonna negate it on their turn, and then gimp a lot of their progress as well. So we're gonna do that now, because a lot of their stuff revolves around these two. Safe to assume, because if it stopped my opponent the first time around, I mean, who's to say that this isn't gonna stop them later on? So we're gonna see how far my opponent's gonna go here, and again, just in case my opponent starts comboing off, I have a Nibiru in hand. So yeah, this is the entire Fiendsmith experience. You just control your opponent's stuff with hand traps, and then you lean onto your extra deck once you're ready to make the push to kill them. So there is that. And yeah, that's about what I expected. If there's nothing else my opponent can do about that, then we're just gonna keep swinging it until my opponent dies. So unless something changes, I'm just gonna skip to the next duel. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna push for damage here, and either see you guys in the next duel, or if my opponent pulls off something spicy, then I'm gonna show that to you guys. Okay, we're here on the board, and so we got a bit of a bonus, and oh, okay, so it just increased the rarity of the cards. So we move a couple of spaces based on the die roll, and now we land on a space, which will advance us 2 more spaces. We get a UR. What do we get? We get Surprise Chain. I have no idea what that card does. And we get another UR, Origami Goddess. Okay, that's also a pretty decent card, and both players will start with 1 more card in their starting hand. That is pretty Gucci. And what cards did we get? Bonus conditions? No? Duel? Question mark? How do I see the cards? Well, I'm just gonna collect first. Yeah, sure. Duel in Dice Rally. That's fine. We want a duel. Yeah. I am currently saving my gems, just in case something fascinating comes along. Wait. 3, 1, 2. Okay, 1. I think I'd rather be at Zoom 2. Round 8 will get me the title. Ooh, that's cool. And this event will be running until May the 26th. So yeah, this is the entire board, and you get cards based on what you roll. And yeah, it is a pretty goddamn fun event. Good God. But yeah, this is how the board looks like, and you roll the die, and then when you land in a space, stuff may or may not happen. So that'll be it for the board. I'll just see you guys in duel. Opponent won the die roll, unfortunately, but I have plenty of hand traps that can stop whatever it is that they can. What the fuck? They got a hungry burger? Really? Where's my Origami Goddess? Did I not get it? Good God. I guess you only get it if you go first. I don't know, but okay. I mean, if I don't get it, then that's fine by me. But Vanquish Soul, okay, cool. I mean, this is a warrior. Again, I don't know why a burger would be a warrior, but hey, you do you, game. You do you. They're not gonna be summoning much, unfortunately. So I think it would be better to just Droll and Lockbird on their turn rather than on mine, because if there's something Vanquish Soul does really well, is that they love playing on the opponent's turn. So they are a pseudo control deck with a big number finish. So I'm gonna see what else they do here. Yep, they summon heavy, and again, I think I'm just gonna save the effect Veiler for Rock of the Vanquisher, because that is literally one of the linchpins in the deck. And I'm not gonna use it for. I'm not gonna use the Veiler here for anything else. So. No, I will not use the wrong Lockbird. I'm going to use it on my turn instead. Let's see what they do here. Pot of Desire, sure. I don't know why you would do that in spite of the stuff that you already have, but I guess you're still digging for something. No, I will not use it yet. I will use Drone Lockbird on my opponent's turn, because again, Vanquish Soul plays better on the opponent's turn rather than on yours. So let's see what else my opponent does here. They got Caesar, which means they will bounce back the Soul Heavy Borger. Or okay, appropriate, because there's a burger, then we have Borger. But I think it's pronounced Borger. I don't know. Because a lot of these terms are, I believe, related to something in Roman. And I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to double check on the lore tidbit behind Vanquish Soul. They are actually relatively meta right now, in the OCG, simply because of K9, which is one of the newer archetypes that came out of the deck build pack, Justice Hunters to be specific, and that is one of the first, I believe, deck build packs in a while that. I think now is a good time as any to vanquish the Caesar. Hey, why did I not? Oh my god, is it because Caesar's? Oh my god, Caesar's an Earth. Fine. Game. This is me, card game player. I don't read. That is fine. But yeah. I already forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, there we go. Vanquish Soul is seeing a lot of play right now due to K9, which came out of deck build pack Justice Hunters, and it's pretty meta right now. But once that deck build pack rolls around here on Master Duel, I will not be playing K9. No, I'll be playing Yummy, because I prefer playing the cute archetypes because of the ironic nature of it. And it's always a story to tell where you would tell your friends, "Hey, what deck did you lose against?" And then they would dejectedly say, "I lost against a cute cat claw machine." I love it when I'm the one who is the bringer of that kind of pain. Gods. But yeah, I definitely should not have fired my effect Veiler too soon, because I forgot that the Rock of the Vanquisher is a quick effect. Oh, good god. But usually, yes, negating the Rock of the Vanquisher stops a lot of their plays, and at the very least slows them down significantly. But because of K9, they now have a plan B should the Rock of the Vanquisher be negated. So I am definitely not confident about my odds here, because they have a bunch of cards in hand that they can use to stop my plays here. Ghost Ogre is not exactly what I am looking for, and oh boy, they're gonna keep going here. So revealing a ball sack, that is fine, and we're gonna try to bait it out here using Ghost Ogre, see if they have another Caesar in hand, because they would usually use Caesar to save their monsters from negation and or destruction, but this time around I guess they didn't have it, so they drew their one card. So now we're gonna use Magnamut. We're gonna banish. Ooh, hey, Borger is in the graveyard, and it is a dark. Yes, it's a dark. Ghost Spell. Ooh, that is fancy. I guess we use Ballsack here. There we go. We're gonna banish. We're gonna try to banish that Borger so that they would have access to it. Good God, I have another bestial in hand, opponent. Come on. Oh, banishing the road. All right. But if we're gonna fight opponent, we're gonna fucking fight. Oh my God, I have another one. Hell yeah, 6 deep, baby. There's actually a pseudo achievement in this game where if you make the chain link reach, I believe about 7, you're gonna get an achievement for it, and you definitely deserve it if you make it that deep in the chain. So all of these get pseudo negated. Now Magnamut is going to be able to search, so there is that, and we're just gonna put this to attack and attack into the Vanquisher. I mean, there is literally no other reason not to. So there's that. Sure, adding a Vanquisher. So they add the Caesar. That is fine. No, I will not continue my main phase. Move straight into battle. Crash into the Rock of the Vanquisher for an easy 2500 damage. I'm not sure if there's anything else I can do here. I could have gone into Typhon if my opponent special summoned even more, but I don't think that's what we need at the moment. ending up with none of my Fiendsmith parts is definitely saddening, but well, that's what you get for playing a deck that is like 90% hand traps. So, what can you do? So we're just gonna have to wait, unfortunately. And they didn't exactly search too many things. They're probably just they're just gonna keep banishing stuff out of my graveyard, most likely, because there aren't exactly a lot of targets. So. I may have to use Duel and Lockboard on their turn now so that they won't search too many more times. But they're at least gonna get one search off. So, and Called by the Grave is banned in this specific format anyway, so we will be very, very safe. And so is Crossout Designator, by the way. So we're gonna be fine here. We're gonna be very, very fine here. Let's see what my opponent does here. Okay, Razen and setting in the column. So that will definitely be a... ooh, hey, Rocco the Vanquisher is a dark, so... we're definitely gonna banish that. Sending another Druid's Worm back down. Or I probably should have used Magnemite here. Anything to not have it be banished. Well, guess what? I have another dragon in hand. I will keep chasing you, opponent. This is one of the craziest interactions I've had in a long while. Do you have another Bestial in hand? No, you do not. Alright. I finally get to banish it of my own fucking accord. I will set it in the defense position, unfortunately. Simply because I have there are a lot of bodies on board right now. And I don't have too many life points to work with if all of these attack. This is like... this is a little over 8,000 that they have on board right now. Good God. If my opponent attacks into me, I will definitely be dead. But so setting Magnemite here to defense position is definitely the right call. I did scratch my opponent a little, but that will not last too long here. Okay, getting Jiaolong. So now we do this, and then when will we get the Drone and Lockbird? There we go. I don't mind not searching here because it only searches dragons, and there aren't exactly too many other dragons in the deck except for the bestials. So there's that. So we won't be able to get the ad at the end of the turn. So I can just safely shut this off unless there are other darks that I'm going to be concerned about. No, just the bestials and of course the Hungry Burger, which is surprisingly a dark. So there's that. Oh, thank you. We use Druid's Worm's effect. I guess we send the Magnemite because sending Druid's Worm is gonna make them send my own Magnemite here. So there's that. Okay, cool. Summoning Jiaolong. Do you have anything spicy in the graveyard? No, because Ghost Bell is an earth monster. Oh my god, I keep getting surprised because I normally do not look at attributes because it very rarely matters, but for the instances that do, you will start looking at the attributes. But I believe that is fine. Magnemite doesn't have any graveyard effects anyway, so we're gonna be fine on that front. We're gonna see what else my opponent does here. Okay, using Caesar, I believe he's going to return Razen. Yep, that is to be expected. Then he's going to use Caesar here to swing in for a ton of damage. We're gonna find out soon enough if they do anything else. We're gonna see. We're gonna find out. I mean, they could just attack. Some of their monsters have slightly higher attack than the defense of my Magnemite here. Yeah, that's to be expected, but I won't be taking as much damage because I sent them to defense position, which is the right call. I could set up another blocker. Oh, because they have a Magnemite in the graveyard now. So we can set up another blocker, preserve my own life points just by a smidge. There we go. And there we go. We'll send a ball sack there and send him to defense position. There we go. Now, my life total will be slightly safer. And I just hope and pray that I draw into a Fiendsmith card. And one that I can actually use. So I'll just see you guys at that point. Okay, just a small update here. I definitely have very slim chances of recovering at this point because my draws have been abysmal. And my opponent has had like 5 to 6 cards in their hand at any given point throughout this entire duel. So, we're just gonna get back to the board, roll some dice, and move on to the next one. Okay, let's roll some dice. Oh, right, because when you lose in the event, you just stay on the space, and then you will only roll once you actually win. Oh boy, I might actually be stuck on this for a bit. This is what, round 4, and I have until round 8 to get the title. Good God, all or nothing. Brilliant for ways those who are courageous enough to trust themselves. That is pretty useless platitude in this exact scenario, sadly. But yeah, I have a long ways to go, and things have gotten pretty goddamn difficult at this point. And oh boy, I'll just see you guys in the duel. Won the die roll at least, so we're gonna see what the game has in store for us here. Drew a Lacrima, and opponent has a Mystic Potato. It's really cute that yeah, especially for the games where you start with a monster on the field, your link lines are gonna be insane. So we're gonna see if this gets negated. I mean, Infinite Permanence is turned off because there's a monster on my opponent's side of the field. So yeah, so this is the line that is usually done in the Fiendsmith decks on the rank ladder. Normal or special summon Lacrima, you send Fiendsmith in Paradise, and then you do your combos from there. So we're gonna do this, and in this event in particular, Agnus Dei and Fiendsmith's Tract are both limited to 1. So it's going to be a pretty rough going of stuff around here. So we're gonna send this guy, and I just realized I probably should not have done that now that I think about it. Do I have Necroquip Princess in here? Yes, I do. Alright, cool. We can't do that. So probably should have sent Agnus Dei instead rather than Fiendsmith in Paradise, but I think this is fine. Necroquip Princess is just as decent. So now we can do this, but I believe Necroquip as a form of negation is pretty goddamn good. So if a monster is sent from the hand to the graveyard to activate a card or effect, you can activate one of these effects. Equip one of those monsters, and you do the thing. Alright, cool. Target a Fiendsmith Link monster in the graveyard. Well, sadly, I don't want to have to send a Requiem. So, and Lacrima Crimson Tears doesn't exactly do anything all on her own, so we're just going to skip on her effect all throughout this. And wait, does it actually negate? No, it doesn't. It doesn't negate, but it equips. So there's that. Banish. Okay, then, opponent. That is frightening, but because you drew, I will no longer allow you to add any more cards to your hand. There you go. Let's see you work with whatever cards that you already have here. Equip one of those monsters to this card as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack. Or we draw one card. I think I'd rather draw one card. But yeah, we're just gonna equip a monster. I believe we can only equip the Droll. So there we go. She gains 500. There we go. Let's see. I probably should have saved that because this is actually my first time using Necroquip Princess. Well, at least for this build in particular. So because I don't have the space for her, at least in the actual rank ladder, because the space that she would normally occupy goes to someone else instead. And ooh, Hayate. This is where we use Fiendsmith in Paradise. There we go. So we banish that. Then we send Desiree to the graveyard. Then Desiree will trigger his effect. We will return the other Lacrima to the deck. Yeah, we'll return Lacrima to the deck because she isn't exactly doing anything at the moment. Then we will send Hayate to the graveyard. There you go, opponent. Enjoy. You already normal summoned with Rose, so I don't know if you already have yeah, you don't have her in rotation just yet, so I'm gonna use Necroquip Princess to attack into your Mystic Potato. And I just realized her ability to equip doesn't exactly stop. It is only once per turn, yes, but she will keep equipping, so she's definitely a banger of a card. So, ooh, using Mecha Modules. That is fine by me, opponent. Fine by me. Let's see what they do with that card. Okay, yep. They're gonna send that to the graveyard because it's not the potato isn't exactly gonna do anything. Okay, Shark Cannon, I'm assuming he's going to banish something out of my graveyard. Yeah, because they have 3 spells in their own yard already, and they have the Metaphors Fusion, so that will definitely be something. Why are they banishing my Drone and Lockbird? There are so many other targets that they could have done, but hey, you do you, opponent, you do you. So Necroquip Princess does their thing. Well, they will be doing their thing. No, I will not do that. Okay, they're just gonna swing in for 2k damage. Then Necroquip is gonna come back to me, unfortunately. Unless they have a way to make it permanently stay. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Okay, they're gonna go into Camellia. This is the card that has made into a lot of Sky Striker decks now. Simply because they finally have a link too that's worth a damn. Okay, and it also converts any effect monster, by the way. So it's like the Verta Anaconda thing way back when, where any 2 monsters makes Verta Anaconda, and then Verta Anaconda would go into Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So there is that. Okay, Mecha Modules doing their thing. Getting back the Widow Anchor. There we go. Then, of course, getting back Shark Cannon. So my opponent is loaded with interaction here. And, well, I sadly do not like my odds here. So I'll just see you guys at the point where I probably crawl out of this, or we're just going to skip over to the end screen. Okay, we're back. And that is it for my little video on Fiendsmith and the Dice Riot event. This is such a fun event, guys. It's a really, really fun event, and you can take decks. I mean, there are still people who auto-concede to Fiendsmith because, of course, it's fucking Fiendsmith. Or Fiendsmith in general, people splash with other stuff. I believe a lot of the power cards from YuGiOh, I did actually try playing YuGiOh here, but a lot of its power cards are, I believe, heavily gutted. So you can't exactly play YuGiOh in this event because they want the newer stuff to shine, of course. Fiendsmith, in the form that you saw in the video, is definitely the one of the ways to go in here. There are also like small variations here and there, and some people have splashed it with other things as well. But on top of that, this event is really fun. It's surprisingly well balanced. There is no one deck that truly dominates, at least in my experience. And I just wish that they would keep bringing this event back like every year or so, because it's a really fun idea, and I would love to play more of it. And we're gonna cut it here. So if you guys like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.